Hello tailoring talkers. So I popped down to my local Apple store today and I've checked out the MacBook Neo. As you can imagine, Bobby and I have been going back and forth about this new laptop from Apple, and I wanted to approach this device with my own personal viewpoint. Is there space for a Neo in my life? So here's my personal setup. I have a 2021 M1 iMac with 8 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage space. I also have a 13-inch M4 iPad Pro with the same amount of storage, 512, and I mainly use my iMac for document-based work, web browsing, listening to podcasts and music when I'm working, and managing the YouTube channel and watching it on film. I do all my video editing and rendering on my iPad Pro due to the M4 chip just being a little bit quicker. The MacBook Neo is not a device that is specifically suited to lots of video editing. Yes, it can edit 4K footage, as Apple has proudly mentioned in their advertising, but it is much more suited to the light user, web browsing, document editing and film watching. But it does seem to be the most cost-effective replacement for my iMac. The Neo actually outperforms the M1 chip in multi-core benchmarks despite having fewer cores. And this is thanks to the improved architecture of the A18 Pro chip. So here's the thing. The Neo currently is better than my 5-year-old iMac. After looking at the devices in the Apple Store, there's a lot of heart versus head thinking going on here for me. It's a lovely device, the colours are great, and I am leaning towards the indigo blue SKU. It kind of matches my Mac. But part of me wants to get the citrus colour, as it is the most recognisably different device of the four. In the flesh, the citrus has a sheen to it that changes, so it could be green or it could be orange or yellow in different lights. And this kind of makes more sense now why it's called citrus, as it describes a variety of fruits rather than one single lemon, which is why I've seen on various different websites it being photographed with different fruit. With its incredible price and the fact I'd be able to get an educational discount, I'm trying to persuade myself why I shouldn't get one. So first of all, let's put aside the iMac straight away. It's a device I share with my wife. The screen is a great size, and I'll probably replace it with the next generation of iMac if and when that comes out. I think I'll always have a desktop device. I love it too much, and I love the screen size. So, do I need a Neo when I have an M4 iPad? The display is the same size, but the iPad screen is way better. The tandem OLED Ultra Retina XDR display has a wider colour gamut and higher brightness, and ProMotion is lovely. As good as the Liquid Retina is on the Neo, it can't approach OLED. Amazingly, the Neo's A18 Pro chip is almost as good as the M4 for single core performance. It's unbelievable really, but it can't really approach the same for multi-core. So for the moment, on paper, I just can't warrant a purchase. Here's the thing, well, two things actually. The price and the OS. This is a £599 device that runs macOS. And as much as I love iPadOS, macOS is easy to use with less restrictions. I do a lot of my paperwork for my job on my iPad, and I do find I have to use a lot of painful workarounds for using things like OneDrive and Microsoft Office. And the software on the iPad is just about bearable, but they are much easier to work with on my iMac. So I am leaning further and further towards the Neo for portable work. I also spoke to an Apple rep in the store about the Neo as a business device. The school I teach in has been using Surface Go devices for a while, and they are getting a little bit creaky. I have quite a big hill to overcome in terms of infrastructure, but I can foresee MacBook Neos replacing these devices as they are cheaper by a couple of £100. There are still some challenges like software management and the resilience of devices. I don't think the MacBook Neo is military standard in terms of toughness, but in a school where bring your own device could be a thing, this is the best device you can buy for the money. So I think the Neo is going to sell like hotcakes. I mean, in fact, in the 10 minutes I popped into the store to look at them, the Apple rep I spoke to had sold 3 of them. They're in front of me. Students, first-time buyers of Macs, and your granny will be the ones getting this, and Apple will just keep making them. I just wish there was a cosmic orange one, but there's always next year. So, will you be getting a MacBook Neo? Leave a comment below, and as always, like and subscribe to see more content. Thank you for watching.